Hello everyone, in this video we're going to create a cart for our online store from scratch. For those of you who follow my videos according online store, you know that we implemented a backend on Java with a finish purchase method and with method with a list of products. For now we have our online store ReactJS project, which we use to show the products and for the front-end side of our online store. And now we have a list of products, a cart button and login button, which don't work for now. But for today we're going to implement a cart. So let's navigate to our online store, navigate to the product component and add a button. Add to cart. So for now we have a button, add to cart. Let's add some implementation to be able to add a product to our cart. We're gonna create a function and let's just console log to make sure that it works. And to be able to pass a product to the add cart method, we're gonna pass firstly from our products page, because as you remember, in our products page we pass just parts of the product. So let's just pass, instead of title and price, a product itself. In this method, just to recall you, in this method we just loop through the list of products and pass the individual product to the product component. And on the product component we just display this cart. And for now, instead of this props title, we're gonna add these props product title and these props product price. Let's check if it works. Yeah, as you can see, we still see the title and the price. Okay, let's navigate back and add on click. We're gonna call our add to product on click button. And this way we just passed our product to the add cart. We'll just check if it works as we expect. Let's use console and add to the cart. Yeah, as you can see, we add into the cart and our product. So for now, we are going to store our product on the local storage. For those of you who doesn't know what local storage is, you can read this manual, or I just can explain it's just a tool which allows you to store some information in a web browser, and that's it. It stores in the key value view. You can set the key and then put the value. To get information from local storage, you just need to use getItem to set you just need to use set item. So firstly, to set item, we just need use local storage set item. Oops, run project. And let's set, for example, products and product, just for example. Let's click add to cart. Items in the local storage you can find under application local storage. As you can see, we have our key products and value object. That's because local storage allows you to store only a string value and a string key. To store our object, we just need to convert it in the string, and to use our object, we need to convert it from the string to the object when we get it from the local storage. Okay, let me just create some logic for our local storage. First, let's remove this key because it was just as an example. And in our local storage, we're gonna store a list of products because, you know, user can add more than just one product. So firstly, we need to create a variable, and we gonna check if our local storage is empty. And if our local storage is empty, that means that we don't have any product in our local storage. And let's create products list. It's just an array which we're gonna store in our local storage. And as I said, if products is null, then we need to push our product to the empty list. I use JSON stringify to convert my object to the string. I'm gonna stringify this product which comes to the method to the string and then put it to the product list. And for now, and instead of set item, we need to call get item. Sorry guys. And after I pushed my product to the product list, I need to push my product list to the products item. Local storage set item products. Make sure this key and this one are the same. I just gonna place it in one variable to make sure that I reuse a code. As you remember, our local storage store only string values, so I'm gonna stringify my product list. And I can avoid stringifying my product because I stringify it in this method. So I'm gonna just add product list to my products. So if my products in the local storage is not empty, I'm gonna use else statement, and I'm gonna say that my product list equal to JSON parse a local storage get item products. Oh, I already have this variable. And after I got my products from the product list, from the local storage, I need to push it. Product. I need to push my product to the existing products. And it looks like that's it. Let's try to add a couple of products. Okay, add to the cart. We see our product. Add into the cart another product. Yeah, and let's put once again and this one, and you can see that I have a list of products in my local storage. Okay, now it's time to create and cart implementation itself, you know, just to show the products and to add a user ability to finish a purchase. I'm gonna use a model from a Bootstrap to be able to open a model when user clicks, for example, this cart button. It just opens the model for him. Let me refresh my page. Yeah. And I'm just gonna Google, because you know I haven't prepared a Bootstrap for this tutorial, so I wanna Google with you so you can see how does I find required information from me. And I can see model ReactJS Bootstrap. I can see Stack Overflow. So let me navigate to the first site and see if it has some examples. Yeah, as you can see, here's a pretty good example of the model. And I think that really suits for me. So let's create, firstly, let's install our Bootstrap dependency to the ReactJS project. So I just need to execute npm install in my terminal. Okay, and now I'm gonna call npm start to start my server once again. And I'm gonna use this incognito window to test my ReactJS. Yeah, looks good. And now I'm gonna use the tutorial from this page to start my model for Bootstrap. First, let's create a component. Now we're gonna create a simple React component. And as you can remember, guys, we need to call render function. And under the render, we need to place some code for our Bootstrap. Let me copy paste this one. and looks good. It actually looks good. Okay, let's try to run our cart. So let's navigate to the main page and navigate to the button run cart. Instead of this, we just need to on click and open cart. This open cart. And let's create a method, open cart. And how can we just open the cart from the main page? I guess we can open our cart using storage and a state in the React. So let's create a constructor. And let's create a state which gonna show us if cart is open or not. Initially, open cart is false. When we click to the open cart, we're gonna set this state to true. And what can we do with this state? Actually, we can just render the cart. And let me just export my cart. To be able to import it. And that's it. And now I'm gonna put some logic in this render method. Okay, what have I done here? It's just if my state open cart is true, then I just need render a cart. Otherwise, just render an empty string. It's maybe not the best implementation of rendering, but it's quite simple and quite effective solution. So let's navigate to our cart because it looks like we have to implement all this stuff. We just need to import our button. We just need to import our model and model title. No, model. What else should we implement? Show, handle show. It's let me just implement these methods. Actually, let's just disable this button because we don't need it anymore, and we can remove this one from our model. And for now, let's just put without on click and without save changes on click. Let's just try to run our model as it is. Show is not defined. And try to render this. We need to this model shows if show is true or hides, then show is false. So we need to create a constructor to be able to accept the show from the main page. And let's to be able to accept properties from another page, we just need to use a props. And let's say this state equals show true, and let's try and just return all this stuff in the render. Okay, now all problems are gone, and let's and this state show. Okay, let's try to open actually our card and see if we at least can open our model. And yahoo, we opened the model. For now, our close buttons don't work because, you know, we just removed all this stuff from this model. But that's a success. We have our model started. So let's implement the next feature to be able to close the model and to be able to display all the products in our model. Okie dokie, let's create handle close. It's just a function which gonna change the state of this show and close our model. This set state show is false. And yeah, I did a mistake, then I removed this button implementations, close on click. That's why I need to create it once again. And where else do we have model handle close button? On click equals this handle close. Let's try if it works fine. Okay, we have, oh, it looks like we did a mistake. Because I used curly braces. Let's try once again, and yeah, now it works, but okay, it looks like I just put handle close on the close button and something like header or Yeah, but at least close button works fine. And as you can see, card doesn't display after we close it. We're just gonna fix this. Okay, let me navigate back to the example. Model show on, yeah, on height. We need to add on height instead of this on click, you know, just to be able to close the model on the cross click. Handle close, this handle close. Let's try once again. Yeah, it works. So now we need to display our orders from the local storage in the model. I just want to use the simple HTML table. I'm gonna use this example. If you follow my videos, you can see that I use these examples a lot. Let me just copy paste firstly styles. And let me put it to the application styles. I can create a new one, but to simplify this tutorial, let's just put it to the existing one. I don't think we have table elsewhere, but yeah, actually it'll be good to put these styles under some other file. And let me copy paste the table itself. And instead of this model body, we're gonna put our table. And let's see how it works. Let's actually close all this stuff to be able to focus on the, yeah, and you can see it looks like a real table with products, but we need to just get our products, loop through the products, and you know, just display them so user can see which products do they have in their cart. So let me just remove all this placeholder stuff and leave just one. Okay, so what we're gonna display here, we're just gonna display product, price, and you know, maybe a cross button to be able to remove the product from the cart. Okay, let's navigate to the table and create title, price, and let's leave it empty for now, and let's remove all these placeholders. And now let's just grab the product from the local storage. I'm gonna create a simple function which get the products from the local storage, and if products is not empty, that means that user has products in the cart. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna just convert products to the objects and loop through them. Okay, and let's say products equals JSON parse products. And let's create a state products list. Firstly, it's gonna be empty, and then we just need to set it products list and our products. And when do we gonna run this function? In which moment, of time are we gonna run this handle display products? In ReactJS, there are some functions which triggers when the component is started, and one of this function is component did mount. It triggers when the component is loading. So I'm gonna handle this and handle display products. So this component did mount will triggers after the component is loading, so it trigger handle display products, and after I just put the products list in the products list state, and then I'm gonna loop through this state products list and display my products. Okay, let me copy paste a loop through the list from the products page, because we already have this functionality, so we're just gonna copy paste it. Instead of these products, we gonna use products list. And instead of rendering another component, we gonna render this table component. And that's it. Let's try. So we have some products in our cart. Let's open our cart, and yeah, we can see all the products with their price. Now let's add clear cart button. Let me copy paste to be able to to clear our local storage. And we need to call a local storage clear. Let me Google. Let's navigate to this. Yeah, and it's a simple method, local storage clear. And let's try it out. So let's display our products and clear cart. As you can see, it just gone. But yeah, we need to render our cart to be able to show empty table. But next time we open our cart, we see it has no products anymore. So we need to add some products to the cart to be able to see it. Yeah, it looks like we have some bug. After we close the cart, it doesn't open anymore. So let's try to check it out. Okay, it looked like we need to put, when we close our cart, we just make it don't visible anymore, this model, because show is false. But you know, this main page, our open cart is still true, you know, and we need to make it false when we close our cart. So let me just create some trick to be able to trigger the function call from another component. So we can pass, for example, this function to the props, and we can actually pass our function trigger to these close model properties. For example, let's create a close cart. For the complex project, teams use Redux, but I'm not gonna complicate this project to use Redux because Redux is used to the real enterprise complex projects. So I'm gonna just use a state trigger from another component, you know. And when I trigger close cart, I need to set my open cart to the false. And that's it. So now I just need to trigger this open cart, so I need to pass it to the close model properties. And yeah, that's it. Now on the card we need to trigger this close model function when we close model. So let's navigate to the card, and in the handle close we need to trigger not only set state to show false, but to trigger close model. And when we click handle close, when we trigger handle close on hide or close button, we just set state to show false, and our model hides. And then we just trigger close model function, which triggers close cart. And in this close cart, we just set state to open cart as false. And let's try it out and see how it works. Let's say we have cart opened, we click close cart and we click open cart, and you can see we just can handle it good. Okay, let's just create a function to be able to send our products to the backend and finish the purchase. And firstly, we need to create a handle function for the save changes. But instead of save changes, let's just call it finish purchase. And let's add on click. And let's create a function finish purchase. And our finished purchase is going to get our products and just push it to the server and finish the purchase. But firstly, yeah, we need to collect some information from user, like address, you know, like name, phone number, etc. Let's just create a finished purchase component to be consistent and to write a good code, you know. At least try to write a good code. And let's import our React components and render. Render function is going to display our model. Yeah, I'm gonna make finish purchase model the same way as I did with the cart. So let me just copy paste this one. Actually, let me just copy paste all the render stuff to speed up a little bit this tutorial, because you know, guys, actually I don't like quite long tutorials, but this one is going to be something like an hour or even more. But you know, it's really as exceptional case, you know, for my tutorial, because I actually like short tutorials. Constructor, let's pass props, because I guess we need props in the future. Props, and let's create a state the same way actually we created for our card. Let's create show. Maybe you guys can find a solution, you know, maybe who are more familiar with React and all that stuff, to be able to reuse some components, you know, reuse some functions, or maybe we can in the future we can improve this tutorial or something like that. And yeah, finish purchase, and this stage show false, and in this state handle closed, yeah, show true. Model heading, actually we can just change this model heading because it's kind of weird model heading. Let's just call it cart in the cart and finish purchase in the finish purchase. And yeah, we need to remove this body and add another one. So we need to clear cart button, disable here as well. And instead of finish purchase, yeah, let's call it finish purchase the same way as we did in the cart. Let's create another method, finish purchase, but in the finish purchase component. In this finish purchase, we're going to actually trigger actuals post to the server. But first, let's create a fields which we are going to collect and pass to the server. Now let's create some inputs, you know, to be able to collect information from the user. And yeah, we created some fields to collect basic information about user. And now we're gonna create handlers to grab this information and move it to the server. We're gonna use onChange event trigger. And let's create all these functions. And let's copy paste. actually, what have I done here? It's just a function which triggers then user changes this input. It triggers handle username, and then we just pass the event to this function, and we just grab the value from the field and paste it to the setState username. And yeah, we need to actually add this username. Firstly, it's gonna be just empty string, and let's create another. And the same way, we're gonna create all the other handlers like surname. And that's it. Now in our finished purchase, we're going to collect all this data. And let's create firstly products. A local storage get item products. And now we're gonna create Axios. Post method, because our server accepts post method, let's just import our Axios. Yeah, it looks like. Let me import it the old way. And I'm gonna make a call to the finish purchase controller. Let me make sure server 8080. Actually, this doesn't make sense. We can just place this base path to the constants. Why do I suggest you to put this one to the constant? Because when you deploy your server to the remote, or for example to the cloud or to the remote server, you just need to replace all the base path from your post methods, get methods. So let's create a new package, a new directory. Let's call it constant. Sorry guys, let me rename constant, and let's create a file constant.js. And let's create a constant, export const URL. For now, it's gonna be HTTP localhost 8080. And in our finished purchase, we're gonna use this constant. And let's use it instead of this URL plus finish purchase. And now we're gonna place a body. And let me recall what do we expect from the finished purchase. Yeah, actually in the finished purchase request we expect map, product ID, product count. So let's just change it to the list because, you know, we already have a list on the front end. So it's easy for me to change backend instead of front end, you know. List, I need just integer ID of the product. Product IDs. And in my implementation of finished purchase, I can just change the implementation from map to the list of products and prepare a map not just I just want to avoid changing this property formatted and property tested finished purchase functionality, so I just need to pass into this for each just product ID, product count as it requires from the scratch. And in the future, I just plan to create some tutorial just to refactor, to show how can we refactor some kind of ugly code, because I think this finished purchase kind of ugly, not so ugly, but I actually don't like this code, but I don't want to change this functionality in this tutorial because I expect this tutorial is going to be only for ReactJS. So let's prepare our products from the list, and we have a list of products. Request get products IDs for each. Let's create, yeah, let's call it it, and we say if product ID, product count contains key it, that means that we have already added, so we need just to increase the counter for this product ID. And we're gonna increase it. And then we're just gonna replace our product count in the product ID, product count map. Otherwise, if a key doesn't exist, it means that product isn't in the map yet. So we just need to put it to the map. And with the value 1. And that's it. We actually can move this to the separate method. Get product ID, product count. Yeah, we placed it in the separate method just to improve visibility of this one. Yeah, and in finished purchase controller, let's add cross origin, because in the previous video I forgot to do it. And let's restart our server to be able to receive finished purchase request in new view. Okay, our server started, and we're gonna make a post request. Let me open finish purchase request and product IDs. Products. Username. This state username. Let me make sure that it's username, user surname. Address. Okay, and then if everything is okay, we're just gonna show an alert that your purchase is okay. And otherwise, okay. And actually, let's test our finished purchase. I just wonder, haven't we forgot? Yeah, we actually created finished purchase, but we haven't added it to the cart finished purchase. Yeah, so we have nothing to test for now. Okay, let's just create a new state. Finish purchase from. Is it true? Then we show finish purchase. If it false, just show the cart form. And if we click finish purchase, we just set state finish purchase true. And finish purchase, let me copy paste finish purchase from true. And then in the render, we just create if this state finish, if this finish purchase form is true, then we return finish purchase. We need to import it, and firstly we need to export it. Otherwise, we just return our ordinary Yeah, now it works fine. And let me navigate to my project. Let's add some products to actually, let's add some alert message that we added product to the cart, because it doesn't seem like we added something or we did something. It just doesn't show nothing. So let me back to the cart and handle now in the product. Yeah, after we put to the local storage, let's just alert something like your something like that. At least we can add some, communication. Yeah, now it looks better than it was. So when we are in cart, we click finish purchase, and yeah, we are in finish purchase. Let me put some product entity, something like that, to my finish purchase request, because actually it expects like a list of entities, but I just get ID. It expects us to pass integers, list of integers, but instead I pass just a list of products, and my Spring just can't parse all that stuff. It just says I cannot parse integers through the products. How do we pass our... Yeah, we forgot to JSON parse products. That's our client mistake. Let's create a finish purchase once again. Finish purchase. Let's add some stuff like this one, because I don't want to enter my credentials once again. Finish purchase. Thanks for your purchase. Our manager will contact you soon. And yeah, we actually need to reload the page or just close the finish purchase form. And let's check our server. Does it have a new purchase order table? Yeah, this is our order, and order we have product with ID 1 and product with ID 2 for our order. And yeah, it's kind of all for today. Let's just navigate back to the client code, and after we received successful response, we need to clear our local storage firstly, and maybe reload the page. Yeah, after user clicks OK. Let's try this answer, and let's try to create location is not defined. Yeah, kind of bad example. Maybe we need to use window. Yeah, kind of work. And let's try once again. We have our cart full of products. We click finish purchase. we enter our credentials and we click finish purchase. Yeah, as you can see, everything works fine. Database, purchased item table. Yeah, we have a new table. I kind of think we have not the all products in our product items. Let me check once again. Let's add a title two times and iPhone one time. So we need to have 3 items in the cart. Yeah, let's click finish purchase. Yeah, actually we need to add some validation to disable this kind of stuff. And let's navigate back to our server. And actually, I think the count is incorrect here. Let's navigate to the server. Yeah, I found the bug. After we changed from the product IDs to the product entity, we just compare contains key with just the whole object entity, which is product entity, but we need just to compare IDs. Let's restart our server and see if now it works as we expect. And let's create another order. Let's add some products and finish. Okay, we have 3 products with title and 2 products with title 2. Let's enter credentials and finish purchase. Something went wrong. Yeah, actually I forgot to get ID once again. Let's reload server once again and see. I just grabbed the product by product entity, but I need to get it by ID. Actually, we're gonna refactor this code later. Let's send finish purchase once again, and this time it works fine. And let's navigate to database. And now we can see that for our order ID 9, which are our latest order, we have product with ID 1, 3 count of 3, and product with ID 2 count of 2. That's exactly how we expect it to work. So that's it for today, guys. The tutorial is quite big and boring, I know, but actually we need to create this tutorial to be able to proceed with our online store application. Because, you know, cart implementation is the most important part of your online store. And that's why it just turned out to be so, maybe it can be complex on the first sight, but I'll leave a link to the code. You can just look through the code, watch this video sometime, couple of times, and I expect that you can understand eventually that how does it work, and you will be able to create an online store card for yourself. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and goodbye, guys.